Okay, what's up, guys? My name is TMossBoss, and I wanted to let you guys know about Anchor. Anchor is an app that you can download to record your podcast in the easiest way ever. Like, it doesn't require a whole lot to know. Like, you just pretty much press record and you just start doing your podcast and stuff. I don't know what you plan on doing, but you plan on doing something. That's why you're here. So, yeah, download Anchor, or you could go to their website, anchor.fm, and yeah, you could do it straight from your computer too. So yeah, it's easy. They distribute everything to they distribute your podcast to every streaming services like out there, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. Okay, and then you can monetize it, so you're making money off of what you love doing. All right, so people, make sure you do it. Make sure you download Anchor, or you go to their website, anchor.fm. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for listening. Peace. Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Yeah, my power is out, so my TV will be on. I will be getting distracted by some stuff. I will be able to check social media updates and all that stuff, but so on the sad note, yeah, the Wi-Fi is down, cable is down, so yeah, electricity is on. I just don't understand why the power would be down. I don't know. I would rather for it to all be out than for some of it to be out, but I guess if it was all out, I wouldn't be able to charge up. That's what I should do, charge up both my laptops, charge up my Nintendo Switch. My phone. I got a brand new phone, so I'm good with the phone, but just with everything else, the battery on it be lasting 5 minutes. So use up all of that stuff, play as many video games as I possibly can, and then just go ahead and just freaking do whatever, I guess. But yeah, it's just, man, it's this these weather conditions be so messed up. Especially around winter time. I'm like, bro, they need to, I don't know why they haven't. I've heard where they've done this in some places, but they would put the power lines underground. So therefore it's the only way if something were to happen, it's as if a earthquake or something crazy had happened. But yeah, it's everybody would be straight, everybody would be Gucci, and then you won't have to trip and worry about stuff. But no, I'm here tripping and worrying about stuff because I don't know whether the power's gonna go out. I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to upload this episode of this podcast tonight or even any videos and things. I uploaded some videos today, but it was already uploaded videos. I published them today, so I guess that's out of the way. But still, I would like to upload some things, have internet access, be able to watch The Office while I'm eating dinner and things. But now it looks like I ain't gonna be doing any of that stuff. I'm just gonna have to. At least I got Need for Speed. At least I got that. But I don't want to watch Need for Speed. I want to watch something on the internet. That's think I should have. Oh, I wonder if probably not. Probably not. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah. It's being a weirdo. Actually, no. Yep, it's being no internet whatsoever. Dang it! I was gonna see if I was can be able to watch the Joker. I don't know why when YouTube allowed me to purchase it, they won't allow you to download it. I don't understand that. That just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I'm I shouldn't even have done that to myself. That'd be the last time I purchase a movie on YouTube again. Cause no, it's you can't even you can't download it. You can't do nothing with it. Yeah, I think from now on I'm gonna buy movies off of iTunes or something. Then you can have the video file and you can transfer it to places and stuff and be watching it on things. Cause YouTube, they for some reason don't do that. Why? I don't know, but. Anyways, yeah, so that's my current situation right now. But I wanted this episode. There's gonna probably be a series of episodes where I talk about the best friends in my life, the friends that my circle, the people that I feel you guys need to know. Y'all need a brief summary of the people around me and things, and why in my in with me, like, these guys, I'm like, I have no choice but to, like, these are the friends where it's like, you gotta give them the David Dobrik treatment. You know, you gotta be the one buying them fancy cars, fancy houses, and all that stuff. Like, you gotta go above and beyond with them. And, yeah, I'm like, with some of them, I'm like, you have to. So, that being said, there's gonna be a series of videos where I do talk about closest friends in my life. Pretty much how we met, last memories I have with them and things. Some you might know of, some of you guys you might not know of. Probably, well, there's one friend, I've talked about her numerous times. Y'all probably know about her now, and she's actually going to be the first episode, because I'm like, okay, get her out of the way and stuff. Of course, have it be a special episode, but, you know, like, of course, tell the story. No, for those that didn't get a chance to hear it, like, no, y'all gonna hear this story of me and how one of my friends, definitely, like, she's top 5 friends out of my whole life, like, and that's like hard for me to say, but no, I'm like, she definitely like top 5 friends out of my whole life. But my best friend Priscilla, she is definitely like one of those. She's definitely gonna be one that, like, probably the first friend that gets the David Dobrik treatment, where I'm like buying her some fancy car. I told her I was planned on doing that. Like, there's no stopping me. Like, I have it planned in my head. Like, if there were a way to stop me, then it might be possible. I don't know, but so far as I'm seeing it, like, we're like on good terms. You know, I can't think if we've ever had like any like big, I don't know if we've had any fights or arguments. I don't even know. Like, I'm like, friend, like, I don't want to like jinx her or say anything about it. So we just gonna move on past that. But no, I think I've talked about her numerous times. You guys have seen me make music like based off of her and things. She's like probably one of the few people that I wouldn't really call it an actual collaboration, but I would have to say, like, I'm probably the closest thing to collaborating with somebody on YouTube with gaming videos and stuff. That's one thing that I feel like that we need to discuss, is how great, like, just how amazing she is at Call of Duty. Like, I've played Call of Duty with pretty much like a bunch of friends that I know that has like Xboxes and PlayStations and stuff. We all suck when we play together. We all suck. We either playing by ourselves or we're playing with people across the world. We always suck. But with her, I'm like, I've told her that you need to join one of those like professional gaming clans. Like, seriously, that's why I'm like, no, that's not even me like gassing her up because she's my best friend. Like, no, she is good at these games. Like, that's what like kind of threw me off, was that we were texting each other and we was like, hey, we should play Modern Warfare. She was just like, yeah, I want to play co-op and things. And so I'm like, co-op is a little bit difficult. Like, I don't know anybody that just wants to sit and play co-op. I mean, I guess like if you're trying to like pass the missions and get them out of the way and stuff, but yeah, sure, and things. And then that's when that's when I knew she was just like, she was good. She was already good at this game. I mean, I already knew that she was good, but that's when it like hit me like, no, this girl, like, if it was a 1v1 situation, if you beat her and like if you win and stuff against her, then it was, to me, I would say if I won in a 1v1 match against her, it was pure luck. It had to have been pure luck, because overall, like, I'm somebody like her, I know her KD is much more higher than mine and stuff, but nah, she was like, that's what she said. She was just like, oh yeah, I've beaten all the missions. I'm like, wait a minute, what? It took me like 100 tries to beat the very first mission, like on top of the like co-op missions and stuff. It took me numerous tries to do that. I tried it so many different ways and I could not do it. She said she beat all of them. So that's why I'm like, nah, she definitely, like, when she gets a chance to hear this, like, no, you need to be in one of those professional, like, Call of Duty, like, FaZe Clan, something. And trust me, I would, like, if you need help, because now I'm like, no, that's what I was, like, thinking about doing, is, like, just playing a bunch of games with her and making a montage. I think I've already done that, where I've made montages, like, of her and stuff, of her games and things. and like when the times we played Black Ops, but I'm like, nah, like we need to go above and beyond. Like I need to find like some good music. I need to do like some like amazing editing and stuff. Like I honestly think like she would be probably one of the best like players out there and stuff. I think she definitely has the potential. She definitely has the skill for it and stuff. But I was like, man, I was just like surprised in how good she was at Call of Duty. I'm like, wow, like that's amazing. So now I'm like, you can carry me now when when we're just doing so bad. I'm like, hey, but my best friend, she's on top of the leaderboard. There's so many times she's been on top of the leaderboard in the games that we played. Then Zombies, I'm like, I can't even describe how she is in Zombies. I'm like, if there's an award for like best zombie players, she's somebody that I would keep in my zombie group. That's one thing for sure. Like if one of these like zombie movies like Walking Dead or something was like real, I'm like, I definitely would text her like, where are you? Because I'm coming to you. Me, my family, we are coming to you. Like, because we already know that you're going to be good and stuff. So, like, she's definitely... What Walking Dead character would she be, though? She's definitely like a Carol. She seems like somebody that would, like, blow a building up with about 1 million zombies inside and smile and go to sleep the night. Like, that night with no problems. No twisting and turning in the middle of the night. She would kill 1 million zombies, no problem, and would sleep it off and wake up next morning asking where's the Red Bull at. So I'm like, that's why I'm like, nah, she's definitely somebody that I would keep in the zombie apocalypse. But no, the day me and Priscilla met, so I think I was uploading videos. I was doing something. I think I might have been uploading videos, eating dinner, but I was doing something. So anyways, before that, I think she was dealing with some stuff, and I remember I messaged her, and that's just who I am. I'm like, when I see like people like, because I think she had to post about it. She had to post about something, and that was the only reason why I would like go out of my way and message somebody. Because look, I know how it feels to like be alone, feeling like nobody is there for you, and I feel like that the last thing that a person like that they would like, they're like, I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know, like it could be considered as a cry for help, but I remember, I think I definitely seen something that she posted, and I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, if I see it, I can't just like let it go. Like I can't just be like, oh, okay, well, she's dealing with some stuff, moving on. No, I'm like, I gotta like reach out to this person and see like where's their mind right now, because I done heard so many stories and cases where it's like stuff like this has happened to people and they're not here with us today. So I'm like, she's not that person. She's not that type of person. But I wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't know what type of person she is. So that's why I'm like, no, I gotta like make sure I reach out to everyone. I gotta make sure that I'm like everybody is like on good terms. Like, we're not good terms, but like they cool. Like, they're like, everything is all right with them and stuff. So I definitely like that. I think that had happened like maybe during like either during like my senior year or the year after, like 2015. I think that's when I had messaged her. So she had, it was like maybe it had to like, yeah, it was a couple of years later, 2017. She hit me up. And she was just like saying, hey, and so it was funny because I thought when she was sending me, when she sent me a message, I thought it was fake. I thought it was one of like these like old high school friends trying to get me in a pyramid scheme, or I thought her account was hacked, because a while before that, I remember a person's account had got hacked, and they were telling me that I had like a $10,000 check in the mail, and I'm like, how? When I haven't even signed up for nothing. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have a $10,000 check in the mail. And yeah, I checked the mail and there wasn't no $10,000 check. So therefore that friend was a liar. They were a fraud. So that's what I was thinking with her. I'm like, nah, something just doesn't seem right. Who just hits me up out of the blue? I've talked to no one after high school. I've talked to one friend, and that's another that he's going to be in one episode. My best friend Ryan, he's another close friend of mine, probably pretty much my brother, but he's the only friend that I've pretty much been hanging out with, talking to after high school and stuff. So anyways, and actually no, there's a few others. So yeah, they'll get their episodes and things, but anyways, so she hits me up. I think she was like, she said hello. And that's her thing. Like, that's what I've like caught on to. Like, when she says like hello or good morning, she'll add like a bunch of O's or a bunch of G's and things. And so I think that's what had threw me off and was like, nobody don't usually add that many O's or something. I'm like, I think she did. I think she did add a bunch of O's. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, I think I was going on with the conversation and things. I was going on with it. I was like, something was telling me, like, just go on with the conversation, see where it goes and stuff. But overall, if they're a fraud, then yeah, unfriend them and just keep it moving and things. So then that's when she like had me remember that it was like a couple of years before, like she was dealing with some stuff. And she was like, oh yeah, it's like you reached out and she like checked up on me and things. And she said it was something that she couldn't forget. And then that's when I was like, okay, she's a real person. I'm like, I feel like that's like a password for me. Like, I've like had to reach out to you or you guys send me some identification or something. Like, I can't just trust you like from a couple of messages and things. And so from there, yeah, that was just like, okay, like, you know, like, I was like, oh, like, I forgot about it. But then when she told me, I was just like, then that's when I remembered. I was like, that's right. I did reach out to her and things. And so from there, I remember I was like, I remember when like that, it was that night. And then the next day I didn't say anything, but I was just like, you know, that was like very just like heartwarming. That was just very like, it just gave me a positive energy. Like it gave me like just happy thoughts and stuff. And so I remember that next day I didn't say anything like to her and stuff. I'm like, nah, it's too soon. Like I feel like just having a conversation like right off the bat, and like we just had a conversation the night before. Like feel like early in the morning, because I remember I wanted to message her that morning. I'm like, nah, like something ain't right here and things. I'm like, nah, something's telling me like I got to talk to you more and stuff. And so from there, I remember, I think it was that, like, so the next day after that first conversation we had, I remember I didn't say anything, but it was that day afterwards. Yeah, we've pretty much been, like, texting, playing Call of Duty, and doing, like, pretty much, like, everything. Like, I remember then, the day I met her because we went to the same high school. She said she remembers me, but I was like, I feel like that's just such, like, a bad move on my part. I was like, I think I said that to her. I was just like, I don't really remember you that much from high school. There's like a lot of kids I don't remember, so I shouldn't feel bad, but I do feel bad because I'm like, this is like one of my closest friends now. I wish I would have known that and stuff. I wish that was like something that would have been told. Like, if I could go back to like my high school self, I'm like, nah, you better befriend that girl, because like it's just messed up and things. Like, just like, I don't know, I feel like it's just overall messed up. I'm like, I wasn't friends with her back then and stuff. But anyways, no, it was I'll never forget. I was making sure. So I invited her over to my job. I work at this cafe, and so I was just like, come over and things, you know, get you some food, stop by, do whatever, I don't care. But you guys should have seen me. Like, that was definitely one of the hardest days I've ever worked. That was like, I was telling one of my coworkers at the time, he still works there, but I was telling him, I was just like, yeah, she's coming over here and stuff. So I'm like, I'm making sure the place is like nice, clean, food is ready. I'm making sure everything is set up. Like, I was running around that cafe. I did not. That was the one day where I was like, I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel like my energy was low. Like, there would be days where I was like, when I'll get like so close to finish, I'm like, man, I am done. I am tired. I want to go in the back and take a nap. Like, I don't even want to be out here right now. That day I was running around. I think that I had to say that was probably one of the fastest days I've ever worked and stuff. So I remember that was like the first time I remember ever seeing her. I probably done walked past her, so she's definitely like seen. I know she's had to see me numerous times, as loud as I was being when I was in high school and stuff. But that's how I knew, like, she knew of me and things, because she said she said that she would see me in the morning, and there was this, I was pretty much like, I would always chill in like the entrance of the our high school that we went to. I would always chill at the entrance at this table and would always have a Red Bull. And I remember because I think I had brought that up to her one day. I'm like, that's crazy how like we're just really close friends now. And we didn't even really talk to each other. We didn't even really know of each other when we were in high school. And then that's when she told me, like, she said she seen me every morning drinking the Red Bull. I'm like, dang, like, wow, that's I swear, there's like some more stuff that she tells me. It was just like, oh, she had if she said she had a class with me or I was in one of her classes, then at that point I'm like, I feel like such a. Then I have to like really give her the David Dobrik treatment. I gotta do that, but times 10. Like I gotta buy her a planet out in space or something, like where she can travel to it. Like I gotta go above and beyond, but. No, I was but no, like back to the like first day we actually like met and hung out. I was like, that's pretty. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. And I was like, man, I was just like, then she like I met some of her family members and things. And then I remember when I got her a graduation gift, like I don't even think I ate lunch that day. I just straight up just like, I remember I went right over to Macy's. Macy's is like 2-3 blocks away from my job. So I'm running to Macy's and I'm sitting there running back to work. And this is when I would say I was like somewhat in shape. Like I was like maybe halfway there and being in shape. Like now I can probably do that no problem. Like run back and forth to them places and things. Just gotta bring me a bottle of water and stuff. But anyways, I was looking around. I was like, I was there for a while too. I think I had even went like beyond my lunch break because I wanted to make sure I get her like the right gift, like the perfect gift and stuff. So anyways, seen the necklace and I was just like, you know what, that fits her. I'm like, that definitely fits her and things. And so didn't care how much it cost. I was like, had to get it. So anyways, got it, ran back, missed a very funny moment from one of my coworkers because I guess he was flipping out there and stuff, and I'm like, it was well worth it and things. And so I felt like when I was going to, because she was graduating from college, so I was like, I felt like I had to dress up. I felt like I had to do something. But I was just like, no, like, that's not me. I'm not really a dressing up type person and stuff. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wear a clean hoodie. I'm going to wear a hoodie with nothing on it. And just like, I think I wore some sweats. What shoes was I wearing? I can't remember what shoes I was wearing and stuff, but I made sure the outfit was clean. I just didn't make sure it was like a suit and a tie or something. I felt like I should have been wearing the suit and the tie, but that's not my style. I'm sorry, Priscilla, that's just not my style. But anyways, so I'm sitting there, I'm running. I think, cause I couldn't remember. I think she had told me like where it was at, but I was like panicking and losing my mind. I was just like, I was trying to, that probably would have been the second day I worked really hard because I was trying to hurry up, make sure I cleaned up everything so I wouldn't miss her graduation. And so anyways, I get there, I eventually get there, and I was like the freaking lines was long. I was like, Jesus, like why is these lines so long? So anyways, I get all the way in there and sit down, realize that I just went into a random area. Like her family was sitting like, I think on the other side. I'm like, why did I not go with them? I seen her brother and sister. Why did I not go with them? I don't even understand like what goes on through my head sometimes. But anyways, seen her brother and sister out there. I think we said hi and all that stuff, and then we like pretty much got lost in there. And then, so I'll admit we did get lost and stuff. So if I had seen them or it wouldn't have been as crowded, yeah, I probably would have went and sat with them and stuff. Instead, I sat with some loud people. I could not focus on, because I would have been so upset like if they had called their name and I didn't even get a chance to record it or do nothing and things. I wanted to scream. I was just like, I wanted to yell and scream as loud as I possibly could when I heard her name go off. But I was like, nah, like everybody else, like they're being loud, but they're not being like the energy of loudness that I want it to be. But yeah, I was like, I seriously, I wanted to yell and scream. Instead, I recorded it, and I'm like, I'm going to save this moment. I'm going to save this moment forever and stuff. And so, oh, there was like another day I forgot to even mention that, but I'll get to that. I'll get to when she took me to my first concert. Still talking about this graduation, because the graduation had happened after this concert. So anyways, so I remember I think we had walked out. I walked out, and it was just like I'd hurry up and got away, because there's like I'm sitting around kids playing like mobile games, being loud, screaming, doing a bunch of random kid stuff, and I'm like, man, can I just see one of my closest friends in my whole life graduate from college? Can I please just get this one moment? There was nights where I remember I was helping her with homework, giving her ideas. Can I please just embrace this moment? Because at least like 5% of me is graduating from college too. At least let me just have this one opportunity. I was about to just seriously like just jump over the balcony part, or like the part we were sitting at, and just stand there and watch. I'm like, nah, y'all being too loud. I need like a good viewing and stuff. So anyways, graduation is over. Met her mom, and I was like, cause I think I had already had met her. Yeah, I had already had met her siblings at this concert that I'm getting ready to talk about. But then I had met her mom. Still have yet to meet her dad. I never met her dad. And I'm like, man, I feel like that's just met everybody else except him and things. So I'm like, nah, I gotta meet the dad. I have to and stuff. So, anyways, so yeah, I handed her gift. And then I think I remember I was walking off, and then that's when she had texted me and was like surprised and like why I got her. I'm like, no, I felt like I had to go above and beyond with the gift. It was like something where I was like, I can't just like show up there. Like, I don't even know what like basic gift I can get her, but I'm like, no, I can't go out with no basic gift. I gotta go above and beyond with it. I'm like, after I was like, I know today is gonna be hectic, so I might as well just like go a little crazy on the gift and things. And so, anyways, and then the concert. Now that's definitely something that she can like hold on to, that she took me to my very first concert. We went to go see the rapper NF, and I'll have to say, like, even though a teenager was jumping into my body, my feet was hurting, I had to go to the bathroom, I would have to say that was definitely one of the funnest like things that I've ever been to. I was like, because she likes to go to a lot of concerts. She likes to go to heavy metal concerts. So she done sent me videos and photos of people in mosh pits. I remember she sent me a photo of a person, or like there was blood on the floor. I guess somebody got punched in the face. And I remember she told me like she wanted to jump in there. I'm like, yo, Priscilla, like I understand like how much you love these concerts and mosh pits, but if somebody hits you, I do not want to be that person where I have to like lose my mind. Because I probably, let's say if there were a day where she did take me to a heavy metal concert and I seen, because there's times where there's like guys in there, they're not even like mosh pitting, they're just straight just decking people in the face. If I see somebody deck you in the face, I'm losing all like train of my concentration. Like I am not going to focus at that point anymore, and I'm going to go off on this person and most likely get arrested. But you know what? It was worth it. He hit you across the face for no reason. What else am I supposed to do? I'm not going to just stand there and watch. I'm going to lose my mind. So I've seen one too many shows and concerts where it's like that. So when she told me she wanted to jump in the mosh pit, I'm like, yeah, bring me, okay? Because I'm going to be your bodyguard. I might be small, I might be skinny, but I can put up a fight. Trust me on that, okay? Please trust me on that. But I'm like, no, because I'm like, I'm telling you, if I like, I'm going to jail if I see somebody hit her across her like face for no reason. Like I seen how the mosh pits can be. I'm like, if y'all just shoulder bumping each other, cool. I'm cool with that. But if I see a fist flying and they hit you, like they better apologize. If not, then yes, I think there's just going to be a problem and where somebody's going to have to solve it. And I think I'm going to be that one to solve it because I was really good at math when I was in high school and stuff. So anyways, so I think that's just how it's going to go. But nah, she took me to my first concert and it was dope. Like I took like a bunch of videos, took photos. I remember I was standing like right behind. I guess there was like a bunch of kids from our high school that was there. I guess it was kids that they knew, but I remember there was this one kid. He was what was his name? I don't remember. His name was Josh. That was his name. His name was Josh. And I remember he was standing right there in front of me, and I was like, I didn't even realize it until he turned around. And I was like, yo, wait a second. I'm like, we were standing here the whole time and we didn't say hi, nothing. I'm like, wow, that's wild. So I'm like, and then I remember, I think I told her that, and then she was just like, oh yeah, there's like a bunch of kids from my school. I'm like, did TJ like our high school, Thomas Jefferson, did they for some reason just like this guy and I didn't know about him? Like he was blown up like when we were in school or something. I'm like, I don't understand this. Like what is going on here? But anyways, yeah, I was wearing the wrong shoes. I was wearing these Adidas Alpha Bounce, and they were I was like, bro, my feet was in pain. Then I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, nah, that just, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be like, hey, let me go in this alleyway real quick and use the bathroom. But I'm like, nah, they don't seem like that they're with that. Like, I might be able to say that with like some friends that I like grew up with. This is somebody that I just met like the year before, I think. So I'm like, I can't really just come out and say that. That's what was going through my mind. I was like, yo, if I really gotta go, then that's what I'm going to do. But I was like, I think I can hold it. But the bad part about it, we were all the way in Seattle. I live in like 2-3 cities away from Seattle, so it was like a little bit of a drive and things. I'm like, man, I was like, I don't want to be that person to say like, can you please hurry up and take me home? But I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I hope you understand. But nah, I didn't say that. I'm like, nah, like, I was like, take your time, but at the same time, like, please just think that you're racing like 5 people and you're in second place, like fighting for first place. Like, drive like that, please, because I need to go to the bathroom and stuff. But no, I was like, it was fun though. It was fun. I bought me a hoodie and stuff. I offered to buy her a hoodie, but she was just like, nah. I'm like, man, I was like, I freaking, we walk up out there looking like twins and stuff. I have to say, she's the, like, me and her, that's definitely a similarity between us. We both wear a lot of black. Like, and then like with me, I might like, well, right now I'm wearing like a tan like Seahawks hoodie and stuff, but for the most part, I like wearing black clothing. I'm not really a colorful person unless it's shoes or something. Like, that's another thing. She has kind of like a dressy like shoe addiction. Like, I feel like she's definitely like, if we were both like millionaires, she's definitely the one that's wearing like Balenciaga, Gucci, all those like popular name brands. Me, I'm just wearing like some really expensive like Jordans or some really expensive like Adidas shoes or something. Like, that's me. I'm that. She wears Adidas. I think she was like saying she likes Adidas shoes, because I remember me and her, we were like looking for some Adidas shoes one night. Like, we were like going like scrolling back and forth, like searching on just anywhere we could find these like black and white Adidas shoes. I was like, I don't know where to find them. I was like, the one time where I want to find me some Adidas shoes and I can't find them. I can find shoes any other day of the week, but not this time. I'm like, I was annoyed. I was upset. I'm like, I felt like I let her down in that way. I still need to buy her. I was like, nah, because I was like, no, we want to find these shoes. So I'm about to, probably after this, go on a hunt for them and stuff. But no, I was like, that was definitely, like, last time I had to say we hung out, I was over at her house, and we were, like, I was scared halfway out my mind. We were watching this show. I didn't tell her that I was scared, but a little part of me was scared. I was like, why do we gotta turn the lights out and watch this show called Ghost Adventures? I'm like, yo, I understand, like, this is what you guys do as a family, but me, I like it when the lights are on and I can see everything around me. She did buy me Mike and Ike, so I was like, I cannot, like, I can't let that go. Like, you did give me my favorite candy, so I'm like, I appreciate you on that one. But I'm like, can we turn on some lights or something? Then I met her cats. So they hate me. We just gonna say that right now. One cat actually looked me in my face, and I can see in his eyes that he was like, I would deck you in your face right now, bro. I've never seen you before in my house. I would deck you in your face right now. Like, that cat wanted to fight me, and I'm like, okay, so he could go somewhere else. I'm like, that's your cat. He could go anywhere he wants to go, but I'm like, he looks like he wants to fight me. So I'm like, I will highly appreciate it if he wasn't near my face. I just never forget this video. This girl got hit across the head with a cat and it scratched her eye and her eye was bleeding. So I'm like, I'm wearing glasses, but cats can take off glasses. I think that's something that we can establish here. So cats can take off glasses. But anyways, so I'm still trying to check if my Wi-Fi cable is on. It's not, but anyway, so I remember we were playing Call of Duty, and I think, what movie that she said she wanted to see? I can't remember if I think it was Annabelle. And I'm like, I'm cool with watching Annabelle. I'm like, yo, I like me a good, like non-realistic scary movie and stuff. But they were watching this show called Ghost Adventures, and the thing that had scared me was that they were discussing how the episodes are real. They was just like, this is the only show where like the episodes aren't fake and stuff. Like, no, this is some like real stories and things. And so I'm like, great, cool. I'm like, I need to hear that. I wish they wouldn't have just said that, so I could have just said it in my head like, this is fake, this is not real. But as we're watching the show, I'm like, this stuff is really happening and things. Like, they're showing all these like creepy and dark parts. I'm like, and then they turn the lights out. I'm like, yo, this, like, I remember it was that next weekend she was saying like, oh, watch the episode and stuff. I heard it's gonna be a good one and things. And I watched it. I was like, I watched it in my room. But I was like, yeah, I was by myself, but I had my light on. I was like, I was not watching it in the dark. I'm like, nope, I'm not that person. I don't watch scary stuff in the dark. So I'm like, gotta have some lights on or something. Cell phone, do something. I'm like, but Anyways, no, what was really funny, I don't think she knows that about. I think because I think I've talked about it before, but I don't know if she's heard it yet or things. But so we're watching the show and it's dark and I'm sitting there like just not moving because I'm like, yo, I don't want to like brush up against something and it scares me, and then these guys just see a whole like different side of me and it's amusing to them. So I'm like, I prefer to not be that scary black person, all right? But if something happens, I will be that scary black person. But what scared the life out of me, what scared that I almost jumped from their sofa that I was sitting in. I seriously almost jumped and ran to the window. We're all sitting there watching the show. It is dead silence in their house. All of a sudden, I start hearing this rattling, like loud noise at the door. And I'm just picturing in my head, there's some 7-foot tall monster getting ready to snap my neck. So I hurry up, and I don't know if because she was, like, Priscilla was sitting right next to me, so she had to see me, like, I jumped and kind of, like, turned around and stuff, but I didn't, like, fully get out of my seat, but I had my hand ready to push myself out the seat and things. But I hurry up and turned around. I'm like looking to see like what's behind me because I'm about to just do a mad dash and jump out this window. If I break the window, I will pay for it. But I'm like, I just don't like, what do you have that's sounding so monstrous? I just don't understand how this dog managed to do that. But I remember when I walked into their house, their dog was like kind of like going at my feet and things. So I'm like, all right, no big deal. But it was like the dog is small. It's a small little dog, all right? Like a dog you can pick up and hold and things. One of those dogs. This dog must have been like the Incredible Hulk at this door because it was sounding like the door was just breaking. It was just like the door, somebody was tearing the whole door apart. And I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see anything, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's if it's a ghost, like I'm like, why now? Why is it? I'm like, was I a sacrifice? Like, is that why they brought me over here to sacrifice me? I'm like, wow, that's messed up. After all the times we done played Call of Duty, I done gave you free food at my job, and now you're sacrificing me to this ghost. I'm like, that's messed up. I'm like, that's really messed up. I ain't told people you're one of the greatest friends I've ever met, and I'm like, now you're sacrificing me to a ghost? Nope. It was just a small little dog walking out from on the side of the couch. The amount of relief, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, now I was like, I'm at peace now. I'm like, okay, I'm relaxed now. But I was like, a part of me, I think I didn't feel my heart, but I know my heart had to been pounding. I know my heart had to just been going back and forth in my chest because I was like, I was for certain I was going to die. I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is that's like busting out of this door, but it is going to kill me. I have a strange feeling that it's going to kill me and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, that was funny. That was really funny. But other than that, the past, it's just crazy to think 2017, we've been friends for almost 3 years now. September, because I remember I made some music out of it. I made a whole heavy metal album. I wouldn't really call it an album, but a heavy metal EP for her. Because I was like, I've never made heavy metal or rock metal type music before. So I was like, no, let me do it, dedicate it to her and stuff. And then we became friends in September 22nd to be exact. And that was the first that was the day where she sent me her first message and stuff, and the original conversation we had. And I remember I made some music off of that. I think it was that very very next year, 2018. And then I remember I had made, and for those that, because I think I did an explanation video on it, but the song that I made, Scylla Postscript, was based dedicated to her. It was a song I wouldn't really necessarily say it was based off of her. There wasn't really nothing no lyrics and stuff. But it's for those, so Scylla, of course, being a part of her name Priscilla, but Postscript, I know a lot of people probably don't understand that reference, or what does that mean and stuff. But that's, so it's saying I guess PS. There's I don't know, just I don't know, the end of I wouldn't necessarily say it's the end of me making music dedicated or based off of her, but it was just like, I guess, like a final note to what I was like, for what I had like was doing for her and stuff. But there will be numerous. Like, I think that's one thing that I feel like I should like surprise you guys with, is that I do plan on working on a Scylla Postscript Part 2. So that's one thing that is like currently in the works, trying to like listen to some music, figure out some sounds, and then see how I can like blend it all together and stuff, and make a song out of it. But that is something that I will be working on. I don't know exactly when. I don't want to take a break up from music, because I'm like really been focusing on my music and stuff lately. So I don't want to do that, but I do want to I definitely want to get into music, but I want to make sure it's like the right timing for it and stuff. So hopefully some point in time this year I can work on that song. But if not, then the song will come out. It will come out. Scylla Postscript Part 2, it will come out. So, but yeah, the postscript part was her initials and things, and so PS. And I was just like, because I was like, no, I want to call it like Scylla PS. So I was like, what is, because I never knew what PS had stood for. So yeah, I seen that it stood for postscript. And I'm like, oh, I'll just use like the full like words for it and stuff and put it into the song and things. So that was fun. That was definitely one of the most creative songs I've ever made. So I was like, that's definitely one thing that I have to thank her for, is like, you were the inspiration behind that song, and it turned out to be one of my favorite songs and one of the best songs I've ever created. That's a song that I can sit down and listen to and be all like, I'm so relaxed right now. I'm seriously so relaxed. I'm like, so I appreciate her for that. I appreciate you, Priscilla, when you get the chance to listen to this. But yeah, I'm like, that song, I'm like, definitely one of my favorite songs and stuff. So I'm gonna see if my TV is working, but most likely it's not. Man, I just don't understand, like, why they showing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all these other good shows, and they just all of a sudden just decide to go off on me and stuff. But dang, it's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm over here trying to eat my dinner and things. I ain't gonna try to read no book. But anyways, yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. This has been another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and yeah, stay tuned for the next best friend episode. I'll just be pretty much giving you guys a whole story time of some of my closest friends in my life. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and or listening, and peace.